Zoom tennis.
Can you imagine taking a trip halfway around the world, only to get there and they say, Charlie, your visa will return to sender? But that's what's happened to Novak has been sent back. It's no joke.
But hey, welcome to GTV Breakfast. Today, you should expect us to have a conversation about training for media personnel. So all the complaints people make about the media and practicing unprofessionally, unethically and all that, well, there's an attempt to make all that go away and to make sure that there's better training, better capacity building for the media. So we'll be sitting down with the GJA and the rector of the Ghana Institute of Journalism to look into why that has become necessary, especially now, and how it's been handled from the government quarters.
Okay. All right. And hey, better late than never. You expect us around 6:05 and we're here at 6:20. Sorry.
Apologies. Sincere one.
Sorry. But we're here, and that's the main thing, okay? And the football continues in the evening with all the deciding games. Black Stars are in the same soup as Algeria, but we're actually even better because we've actually scored. Algeria didn't score anything. All right? And the unbeaten run is over.
Oh my God.
And Equatorial Guinea is doing very well. So is Sierra Leone. So is Gambia, the lowest ranked team in the AFCON. And they are actually heading their group.
It's just a tournament of upsets
and shocks. Yes. More in the trends. Okay, I'll show you some nice videos and things. Yeah. Okay. Valerie, what's up?
Quick one.
Yes.
I'll be rushing our, as usual, we'll be looking at what traffic looks like in parts of the capital. And then we'll head off to somewhere in the central region. We are going to Fort Amsterdam. Alan was there and he's going to give us a little bit colonial history and proper Abanze history. That's where he'll be reporting from. And then we'll be doing the social media trends and we'll be asking you to send in your comments. We'll be following the conversation via WhatsApp number 055-55-61034 and all our social media handles. Just look for the hashtag GTV Breakfast. We are also streaming live on Facebook, streaming live on YouTube as the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. And then later on the lighter side of the breakfast table, we'll be discussing social connection minus alcohol. I don't know why I feel attacked. We're going to be looking at how to have fun and how to discuss without alcohol. The hashtag to follow is GTV Breakfast. I really feel attacked. So I'm going to hand over to Carl.
I was reading a really spooky book talking about attacks. A book that seeks to give explanations to weird things like ghosts,
paranormal,
vanishing ships, vanishing regiments. Charlie, it's a really spooky book. Really spooky things moving in people's homes.
No thank you.
know, I think it's really spooky
no
book.
Why are you reading?
I'm just curious. I'm also curious about food. So in about 8 minutes, there'll be a conversation on acidic and alkaline foods. What's good for you? What you need? What kind of foods are acidic? What kinds are alkaline? Our health check conversation brought to you by Lou Fart. So that's something you want to be doing. Tweet us at hashtag GTV Breakfast. If you want us to read your tweets, you need to tweet us at hashtag GTV Breakfast, and then we'll read all your tweets for you, okay? All right, we good?
We certainly are, thanks to our sponsors, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink and Awake Purified Drinking Water, and of course Cheesy Pizza and Lufat, as Captain. We'll start off with our wisdom nugget for today.
And it's all about volunteering at work. All right? Good morning. Welcome to the show, 6:22. You are watching GTV Breakfast with Kaf, Thelma, and Val. Morning.
It's a good morning to you. How are you? I know you're doing good. And whatever the situation is, I'm sure it's going to get better and better and better. So just keep expecting the best every single day, including today. Today may be the best day of your life. Hey, we're still talking about the wisdom nuggets for the day, and we're still around the subject of wisdom around our workplaces. We're talking about volunteering within your work. I discovered, I have a book on volunteering. I have a book on volunteering and patriotism. And I discovered that wise people volunteer. Wise people volunteer. I've worked in different places in this my little life. And there was one of the places where I worked, and I came to that job with a lot of energy. And there wasn't enough work to match up the kind of energy that I could bring to the work. And so, like, every 2 or 3 months, I'll go back to my boss, and I was like, please, I'm a little bit idle. Can you please give me some more work to do? And my boss would always find additional work for me. And, within about 2 years, my initial title expanded because I was doing accounts, I was doing different things in addition to what I was originally employed to do. It didn't come with money, but eventually the money came. The money came because when it was time to negotiate for more salary, I could use all the other things that I had been doing, which I had proven myself in, to actually get myself more income. Now, when you volunteer at work, you become more indispensable. I used to have a colleague, when you're doing something and she's idle, and you say, oh, can you come and help me? Say, oh, no, I wasn't employed to do this. Now, that is not very wise. When you volunteer at work, do different things, help people. I'm not saying be a jack of all trades, but genuinely, when you are idle, you are there to work. You give some of your extra time to help other people, to help your boss, your colleagues, your juniors get things done. You become more indispensable. You grow even in your skills. It's just good for you. It's just good for you. It's good for your future. It's good for your career. You make more friends. What else can you ask for? Hey, as you go through the day and as you go to work, wherever you work, don't just do what you're paid for. Please, let's go the extra mile, do more, and the best of success in a career will always come to us. I know you're going to do that. So I'll see you again on the Wisdom Nugget for your day.
Thanks for staying on. It's GTV Breakfast, brought to you in partnership with Awake Purified Mineral Water and Adonko Next Level Energy Drink. Also, Lufat Anti-Malarial Medicine. They'll be bringing us a conversation on acidic and alkaline foods in about 3 minutes. This is the social media trend segment, and the police and the fire service are collaborating to arrest some unscrupulous persons who are purportedly recruiting people into the services. So the intelligence unit of the Ghana Police Service with the fire service as well, they stormed this premises, we are told it's at La Paz, and they arrested a group of fraudsters, and they had told people that they were recruiting people into the fire service at the day and night hotel at Abeka La Paz, and 10 people were arrested in that swoop. This happens every time there are calls for
new recruits, right? It happens all the time. But this is the first time I can remember that they've actually arrested the people who the fraudsters who are doing this. So
it looks like they were arrested in the process as well. I see a number of people. They said 10 people are arrested. I mean, the people who were actually perpetrating the crime are the ones sitting there, or the ones who had come to be recruited into the services. But this is quite refreshing to see that anyone who is breaking the law, there's an action to get you to stop.
Okay. I think that some of those who were sat there were those who were going to be recruited. Yes.
So it's good that they...
And there's no number yet to the number of people who have been those monies have been taken fraudulently yet. So
it tells you should be careful. Our tech guy on Fridays, he's always saying, be careful about some of these things. When you see all these links on on social media, I mean, be hesitant and probe it a bit further so that you know that you're actually doing or engaging with the right people before you commit. So, good job there by the police service and the fire service.
For those who actually sitting there to be vetted or whatever.
Because if anyone is going to take you into the service, would they do it through someone's house?
No, and a hotel apparently. And come on. After videos and pictures had gone viral a few weeks, but just last 2 months ago, of people who were trying to be recruited into the immigration service and all of that. I mean, it went viral. So one of those people sitting there say they saw any of the videos, they didn't hear.
So not at the premises of fire service, not at the premises of any of them, please. Just, I mean, be more careful out there.
You're begging.
Be more careful out there, basically, is what we're saying. So AFCON is still on. Big, huge upsets. Some teams making their countries proud. Others dragging along. So Ghana's Black Stars, of course, suffered a last-minute draw that felt like a loss against its counterparts in Gabon. And so the sports minister has voiced his optimism. Is it optimistic to say that everything that the boys need have been provided for them? So this video is Kindness of City Sports. Everything that they need has been provided, and basically they should get on with their job, because they're sent there to do one thing: win the game. So let's have a listen.
And also to inform you that the whole country is behind you, supporting you with prayers and believing that you will make us proud. On our part as government, and you can attest to it, we've done our part. Every single thing that we have to put in place, I've ensured His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa, I think it's available. So there's no anything at all that you should be worried about as far as financial and logistics are concerned. So I wish you well on behalf of Ghanaians, and I wish you well on behalf of the Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo, the tournament tomorrow.
So that's the Honorable Mustafa Isi speaking to the Black Stars Day. We saw Tony Eboa making an impassioned speech on Friday ahead of the game against Gabon, and that did not get us a win. So I'm waiting to see if this will do the trick, and if the Black Stars can pull a rabbit out of the hat at the last minute and just do some pure Black Stars magic that only the Black Stars can do to get to the next stage of the competition, the round 16, the 1/16 stage. So other teams, like we've said, CAF has mentioned, Sierra Leone, huge upsets, Algeria, all those teams are trending. So follow those trends, and then we will have a more fruitful discussion. Remember to also follow our social media handles. We are streaming live on Facebook, and we are streaming also on YouTube. You can get us on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag GTV Breakfast. It's time for the health check segment, and it will be on that side of the break when we return.
And they call me UJ. When you need a shoulder to cry, run on my pumping, so we try what suicide. Yeah, let bygone be bygone. I didn't see what the bottom gonna do, we go straight to stardom. I'm gonna take you to the next level. Oh, baby, oh yeah. The energy next level. But baby, oh yeah. I'm gonna take you to the
don't go next level. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 80 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh, today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, we have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
As Ghana qualifies for AFCON 2022, watch all your live matches at home, hotels, bars.
Service provider agent or customer care center for your biometric details to be captured. Remember to add your digital address.
Dial *404# on your phone to start registering your SIM card today.
For more information, contact your service provider on 100 or the National Communications Authority on toll-free number 0800 110622. Register your SIM card to stay connected.
6:37, you're watching GTV Breakfast. Tweet us at #GTV Breakfast and follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Just look for Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Now, have you eaten this morning or it's too early? Let's talk about diet this morning on a health check brought to you by Lufat, tablets in suspension. And the kind of food you eat has a lot of impact on your health. You know that there are certain groups of foods that are considered acidic and alkaline. What kind of food should you be eating, and how does that impact your health? My guest is lead dietitian at NutriD, Ernestina Edufu. Ernestina, good morning, welcome to the show.
Good morning, thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was doing a little reading around yesterday on acidic and alkaline foods. For those who are watching, and by the way, you can send your messages on 055 556 1034. What are acidic and alkaline foods, and why should we know the difference?
Okay, so a long time ago, a French scientist did some research, and we know that rabbits usually eat grass.
Yes.
And he decided to feed them on boiled meat. So what he discovered was that their urine after the experiment was acidic before it was alkaline. So then it implied that the food they ate had some effect on their urine. And then further studies also showed that when you burn foods, the ash you get could be acidic or alkaline. Mm-hmm. And so evidence from all those things went down to the fact that they contain certain amount, food contains chemicals that has the effect on the body. So for the acidic foods, they may contain things such as chloride, negatively charged compounds such as chlorides, phosphates and sulfites, or certain types of amino acids that give the that acidic effect after it has been eaten. Now, the reason why we are finding this in the urine, so it's the urine that the tests are done to find whether it's acidic or not, is because the body tries to maintain a balance within itself. Our blood is usually has a pH between 7.35 and 7.45, which is slightly alkaline, and our body maintains the system no matter what we eat. So when you eat foods that are highly acidic, the balance is that the excess acid will the kidneys will work on them, and then you have it in the urine. And if you take foods that are the excesses will be in the urine. It maintains the what you do kind of system working.
We have smart bodies.
Yes, our body.
Okay. All right. So no matter what you eat, I mean, if the body is your system level, it doesn't matter what you eat.
It's when there's a problem with the kidneys. So then disease, certain types of kidney diseases where they may be put on foods that are very high in protein. They may get acidosis, the acid level, so that there should be a balance in acidic food you eat and how much, so that it will be public. Healthy people should be able to regulate itself.
So if the body self-regulates, we shouldn't really worry about what we eat, should we? Should I know why this is acid, this is alkaline? I mean, whatever I eat, my kidneys are working well, no wala.
Yes, so the people who started the acidic alkaline diet is because of the evidence that was found in the urine. I think it falsely gave the impression that eating acidic foods cause the body to be acidic, and then the body is trying to correct itself. But in general, I would say it doesn't really matter. The only good side of this thing is that even though we are saying the science behind the acidic and the alkaline thing doesn't really matter, the food choice matters. So if you listen to the types of acidic and alkaline foods, so acidic foods, I said they're mainly foods that are high in protein. So like meat, fish, chicken, cheese, and also oats and wheat and all those ones. And then those that are alkaline are mainly fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
So if you stick to a strict alkaline diet, it means that you could be deficient in protein intake. But if you're able to balance it out, so if you are aware of these two and you're able to balance it out, you get the benefit of both, which is healthy. It is encouraging a more plant-based food intake, and current evidence shows that tries to minimize chronic conditions, non-communicable diseases. So in effect, even though the science behind may not have evidence to prove it works, the food choice is good, so it still works for people.
Okay.
And so it's not altogether that bad.
Okay. What are the foods that are really high as far as acid is concerned?
So foods like meat, fish, and chicken.
No matter how you process, I mean, does for example grilled meat have lower acid than fried meat or boiled meat or braised meat?
So it would have about the same. It's talking about the proteins, the composition of the food itself. So when you grill or you bake or you fry, the difference is that for the grilled, you may reduce saturated fats, which is also good for you. But in terms of acidic or the alkaline effect, it doesn't matter how you cook the food. If it's acidic, naturally it is. So that is it. So meat, fish, chicken, cheese. Milk is alkaline. Foods that are high. So and phosphates, because it's concentrated, and the processes of the enzymes working on it.
Okay.
But milk itself, because it's high in calcium, It's rather alkaline.
How about beer?
Beer is acidic.
Beer is acidic.
Yeah, beer is acidic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soft drinks?
Soft drinks, depending on the content, so if they are filled with, most often they contain phosphates, so they should be. Refined sugar itself is neutral, but all the components in the soda or the soft drinks makes it acidic.
Okay.
So that is it.
Bitters. The bitters that people have been drinking a lot.
All alcohol.
All alcohol is acidic.
Yeah, alcohol.
Wine.
Exactly.
Okay.
Alcohol is. So other acidic foods, wheat bran, I mentioned oats.
Really?
Yeah, oats is acidic. So that's why, when we eat oats, we add raisins, which are alkaline. All those things are coming together to make it okay, and that is fine.
I'm pretty surprised that oats are acidic.
It's high in phosphates. So the phosphates, when it's eating, brings out the alkaline effect. So we shouldn't confuse the acidic and alkaline thing when you see when you take fruits like oranges and then pineapple, you say it has a lot of acid. That is different.
Is pineapple and oranges acidic?
No, so they give an alkaline effect after you have taken them, even though they are acidic. And if you have ulcer and you take it raw, it could give you an effect. That is a different form of acidic we are talking about. That is raw acid from the fruit juice or fruit itself.
Okay.
But when you take it after it has been digested and the body has worked on it, the effect it gives is alkaline because it's high in potassium, which gives that effect.
How about coconut water?
So coconut is also alkaline.
It's alcohol.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. What are the consequences if you eat food that is, if you eat like 100% acidic diet, what will happen to your body?
Okay, so if you
just protein, you are eating chicken, fish, meat, cheese, no fruits, no vegetables. Some people don't like fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
So what are the consequences?
So putting the acidic point on the side, it means that you are consuming too much protein. First effect, too much work for your kidney to excrete protein waste. You may be getting too much saturated fats if it's meat or chicken or other red meats you're taking. If you are, that's what will happen. Also, it will imply that your foods will be low in fiber because acidic foods tend to be, except with the oats and wheat bran and corn bran, tend to be lower in fiber. You're not getting enough fruits and vegetables. So you could develop other conditions that are related to the GI tract.
What is the GI?
Digestive tract. Gastrointestinal tract,
okay.
Yes. Okay. So you could be getting things like diverticulitis, where the lining of the intestines could bubble up or swell up, or you could be getting constipation and other things. So that's why we need a balance of the two. All those things were made, all these foods are available so that we can have the benefits of them. Or we need protein for our body system to work, but we need the vitamin and minerals and the fiber from the fruits and vegetables as well. So it's not good to have a very acidic diet. And if you have kidney disease, for instance, like I said, and the kidneys are not able to maintain the balance as it should, then it means taking too much acidic things could cause you acidosis, and then you need treatment to correct that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your messages on 055-556-1034. We'll be getting to them in a short while. Let me ask the other side of the question. So if you're just eating grasses, fruits, vegetables, you are a fruitarian or vegetarian, you just eat plants, are you not building too much alkaline? Are you making your urine too alkaline?
Your urine could become too alkaline, but it also could mean that you will not be getting enough protein in your diet. So if you are focusing on, I need a lot of alkaline, I want my pH to be alkaline, what could be happening is you'll be getting your vitamin and mineral fiber and everything, but your protein intake may not be adequate and it could affect your health. So there should be a balance. If you want to be a vegetarian, you should make sure you're getting adequate sources of plant proteins. And there's this particular plant protein that is popular with vegetarians, wheat gluten. And gluten is acidic. So if you are saying the fact that eating purely plant doesn't mean you're not getting acidic. So there should be the balance of thinking about protein, adequate protein intake, adequate carbohydrate intake, your fruits and vegetables all together to make it a healthy and balanced diet.
Any diseases associated with you having too much alkaline business in your system? Like when you have excess acid, so certain things can happen to you if you have too much alkaline.
Not that I know of. What I know in terms of the acidic alkaline diet and diseases is that some people would say that if you take foods that are acidic, it could increase your risk of getting cancers, because cancer cells thrive around acidic environments. But the thing, like I said, the body tries to maintain balance. So what you eat, whether acidic or alkaline, could not be the cause of the person developing cancer. So that theory has been debunked. And then other people postulate that you could get bone disease, but if you don't have renal problem, it shouldn't be an issue. Your body will be able to balance itself out.
Okay, 055-556-1034. I believe Thelma will be reading the messages pretty soon to you, so that we can find out exactly what you are thinking about as far as acidic and alkaline foods are concerned. So some people refuse to drink lemon juice. They believe that it contains high acidic properties. Is that a myth?
Yes, so if you have ulcers, you may have been told not to take fruits like lemon or oranges on an empty stomach. That is because it could affect if you have ulcer or you have gastritis, means the line of your intestine or your stomach could be inflamed. So if you take these foods, they can trigger the pain and other effects that you get from those conditions, but they are not acidic in general. Once they get into the body works on it. It's alkaline. Okay. Yeah, it's not acidic.
Are there other myths that you want to burst this morning about acidic and alkaline foods? What are the common myths that you hear or you encounter in your research?
Okay, so the most important thing is for us not to be looking at food, individual foods like superfoods. That's something people do that can affect your nutrient intake.
What is a superfood?
No, so sometimes we hear that, like we are talking about alkaline now. So we hear that oranges, pineapples are alkaline. So then you stop eating every other fruit and you are taking oranges. You get it. You put that food on a higher something in your mind that this is very, very healthy. So you forget all other things. So that's the reason why naming these diets have been called fats, because there's not much evidence to show that they actually work. But having a balance of meals, making sure you are getting variety, that is important. Then focusing on your carbs, whole carbs, then taking fruits and vegetables, taking adequate amount of protein, fish, meat, egg, in adequate proportion, not overtaking them. That is a healthy eating plan, and that's what people should focus on. Enjoying food, enjoying all the varieties. They are there for us, so we should eat like that, not to be picking on foods like that.
There was a fad some years ago, the Keto Diet, and people were all over it. What was going on there in terms of acid and alkaline?
So the Keto Diet really is a diet that is high in fat. So the idea is that when you take a lot of fat, your body, after digestion and everything, produces ketones. And this ketone produces ketones, and that is why it's the ketone diet. The thing is that when the body starts relying on ketones, usually our body prefers carbohydrates to burn as energy. But when the body prefers start producing a lot of ketones, your body then starts to rely. Ketone is a metabolite of fat, so the body then starts to prefer fat as a source of energy. So the keto diet was able to make people lose weight, because once your body identifies ketones as its source of energy, then your body already stored body fat is easily burned for energy. But the thing is, because it's a high fat diet, it's easy for the people who are following it to take excessive amounts of saturated fats, which are also from the fat sources. So you could elevate your cholesterol level, And then uric acid levels could go up because the body is in some kind of starvation. So in general, and the keto diet is not something that you are supposed to be on for life. If for anything you want to try keto, maximum of about two years should be fine, and then you can weigh yourself down. But the thing is that when it comes to food, food is like a cultural thing, and it's something that you do all the time. You cannot change what you eat altogether. It is not healthy. It doesn't help your system. So it's good for you to eat a balanced meal where you can have adequate amount of all these foods that you're already used to. And then that is why keto diet, I think dietitians were saying eat your healthy meal and not too much on the keto thing. Mm-hmm.
In your practice as a dietitian, do you find that your clients are interested in acid, alkaline properties of food?
So you get clients who will come with specific ideas based on what they've read on the internet or things like that. So our work is to explain to them the thing is the solution they want for whatever problem they have. So we try to let them understand what is actually happening, and then the best choice of treatment the patient will be aware of, and then they can decide and agree, and then we could implement those things for them. Okay. So we don't shut you down, but based on what you need, what will really help you, will help you to choose, and then we all agree, and then it works.
Are we, the internet researchers, making your work difficult?
Oh, sometimes, but it also pushes us to also be updated, so we know what is happening, and then we can find what is best based on evidence for the client.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Final words on acids and alkalines as far as food is concerned?
Okay, so we should focus on healthy eating at all times. Mm-hmm. There are foods that are acidic, there are foods that are alkaline. But if you're having a balance of these two and you're having variety, you should be able to meet your nutrient needs, and your body system, you should trust, is able to balance itself. So you don't need to be doing the calculation for the body. It's able to work itself. But just try to have a variety, and also the balance of vegetables, carbohydrates, proteins, a little bit of fat, and then we should be healthy and good to go.
All right, we're good to go. Thank you very much. Lead dietitian at NutriD, Ernestina Edufu, talking to us about acidic and alkaline foods. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
And she said something about we shouldn't be doing the calculations for the body. The body will do its own thing. Listen, put the calculators aside. Whatever